Yup. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Just YouTube today, no podcast feed hooked up. I wanted to talk today. Number one, this shirt is linty. You might not be able to see it, but damn, this shirt is linty. But that's okay because it's clean-ish. I wanted to talk today about the science, the fake science, the contorted science that you fall for every day, every time they put it out, you fall for it. Every time you fell for it already, you've probably fallen for it today. And it's why you're not making your gains. It's why you're not making the progress that you should make. It could be why you're sick and unhealthy and in a state of woe. Fake science. Now, the worst fake science or the best fake science, depending on what side you are on, focuses on real science, but they distort it. They take it out of context. So if you search it and if you hear it, you go, oh, well, I guess scientists did say that keto improves the effects of epilepsy in 12-year-old boys. Because that's real. That happened. I wouldn't refute that point in context. But then they go on to say, therefore, very low carbohydrates are better for everybody. Therefore, you should be following an extremely low, very low carbohydrate diet so you are as healthy as the epileptic kids that have lesser effects of epilepsy. They go through this convoluted process to bring you back here. Like, no, that has nothing to do with me. Just because that one thing could have been, strongly appears to have been correct in that circumstance, that does not mean that everybody and everything should fall into that category. And that could be the exclusionary diets. That's definitely the supplement industry. The supplement industry says the human body, the muscle needs leucine. The muscle needs leucine in order to grow. Therefore, you need to purchase extra leucine so you can grow. Like the study shows that leucine makes the muscles grow. So you buy this big bottle of leucine so your muscles will grow like they grew in the study. But they don't say, well, the leucine had a minority impact and lesser so with the exclusion of the cofactors and the environment that allowed leucine to do its very specialized job. That's also presupposing that the supplemental leucine will actually be delivered properly. It won't get destroyed in the digestive environment, rendering it useless. They go, no, but leucine makes muscles grow. I sell leucine. You buy leucine. Your muscles will grow. That's the fake science that I'm talking about, that you fall for every time. The population falls for every time. People fall for every time it works. And that's what they do. You have to step back. When you see those studies, when you hear the bobblehead saying these things and conflating it to affect the entire population. So everybody should be on a low diet, taking supplemental leucine or BCAAs or EAAs or, all these other nonsense, old wives' tale. I don't know. Like it's folklore in many ways, and it's not even bro science. It's a marketing strategy. They're marketing. And sometimes maybe they're not selling a leucine product. Their ego is selling. They're marketing. Their ego is marketing so hard to you. They don't care what they have to say, because if you agree with them, then they're right. Whether or not they're right or their points are right, if they could just debate you, hocus pocus you, mystify you, bully you into nodding your head and agreeing with them, then they've made the sale. They've sold their ego, or they've got you to buy the grandiose ego that they have. I'm friends with some of these people. I know some of these people, not all of them, but I'm sure I have friends of friends that do. It's silly. It's hogwash. And I try and have these conversations with them. And buddy, it's hard because they don't want to hear the common sense. They don't want to have the common sense conversations. I've yet to have any of my friends in the high fat community, or those my peers in the high fat community, the zero carb community, to ever have an intelligent conversation with me about the exclusion of blueberries on a very low carb diet or a ketogenic diet. And they're saying, no, you can eat blueberries. Well, no, I can eat a cup of blueberries, but then I can't have a single other carb. No, you can eat more carbs than the 20 grams that are suggested through a medical ketogenic diet. A true ketogenic diet would be approximately 20 grams, but that number moves because of those who are selling to say, no, based upon activity, you can probably have 50 grams. If you're an athlete, though, you can have 120 grams. So it's a ketogenic diet. You'll never achieve ketosis. So don't worry about achieving ketosis, because you don't have to achieve ketosis, but follow our branded ketogenic diet. Eat 120, 150 grams of carbs per day. Then you can have your blueberries. And I say, but no, that's not a ketogenic diet. A ketogenic diet infers the attainment of ketosis. Are you talking about low carbohydrate diet or a very low carbohydrate diet? So I try and bring them back onto the actual topic. And they jump away from the actual points. So on a true ketogenic diet, I keep talking about keto. I don't want to talk about keto. But the example stands. I can't have a cup of blueberries and an apple on a ketogenic diet. Well, that's putting me closer to 40 grams of carbs that day. More than likely, the vast majority of the population will not. There's few outliers that will, absolutely, a few outliers. I know a kid who eats at McDonald's every day and has since he was a baby, and he could walk on the Mr. Olympia stage right now, or he could walk onto a track and blow everybody away in the 100. He's an outlier, right? Me, if I smell McDonald's, I gain 20 pounds in my hips, right? It's just the way it goes. Outlier. There are outliers too on the high carb. I know high carb athletes that were fucking shredded on high carb diets. Not everybody. I eat a lot of carbs. Same thing. Sausage tits hanging out. But the point is, it's hard to get the community, the science community, the fitness community, the health community, the Insta fitness coach community, because there's a community out there, right? There's a community. YouTube has its own community. I'm kind of like an outlier in the YouTube community. I have a channel with a decent subscribership, but I'm not a YouTube guy, right? I'm not a YouTube guy. We have strong Instagram and Twitter presences and pages and good interaction there. But I wouldn't say, I'm certainly not a Insta guy, a stylized Insta guy. Like you look at these other Winstrol, Clenbuterol coaches essentially selling their macro programs, template programs, and usually created by somebody else, specifically not them. Nick Trigili, Mr. UFC IFBB Pro, did a pretty good rant on that a lot of these famous coaches, these famous athletes in their training programs are completely bunk. They're template programs all put out by one corporation. Essentially, that's all they do. And they send it out for all these athlete celebrities. So to get back to the point, You have to be careful of the pseudoscience, of the bullshit, of the fake science that's out there that is leading you down the wrong path. What so people will say, well, Dolce, why are you so different then? You're so high and mighty. Number one, because I'm the most honest man in fitness. It's true. It's true. Number two, because my job, I figured out how a way to make money. I figured out the way to make money in the health and fitness industry and not have to do all that bullshit. You know what I do? I tell the truth. I say, hey guys, this is what works. We work with the world's greatest athletes, and we have for over 20 years. We have a 100% success rate while working with the world's greatest athletes and Hollywood celebrities and super high in demand VIPs, really fancy pants, famous people. We have all that data. We know what works. And when I come on here, I tell you what works. When we write our books and put out our programs and create all of our content, we tell you what works. And guess what? If you guys and those of you who do what we say, or take our suggestions and implement them into your own life, or hear my points and hate me so much that you do your own research and you go, yeah, okay, I see what he was talking about here, but now I'm going to make it my own and modify it even deeper. That's my goal. My goal is to help all of you know vastly more than I or my team does or ever will. My goal is to engage with you guys and show you where to go to learn these are just my books. What else we got here? Just so you see, just so you understand. Have you read all these? How many times have you read all these? More and more. This book right here, holy, this is it. Oh my goodness, this is it. Are we getting tired of it now? These ones are heavier. Come on. These are just the books in our facility within my reach. So my point is, what I'm trying to do is share all this information as the best that I can with you guys, or at least those of you who care enough to listen and are open-minded enough to listen, and then self-motivated enough to go and do your own research. Research what I just said. Research everything I say. Research a medical ketogenic diet. Research the metabolic state of ketosis. Research glucose. Go research it. Research glycolytic activity. Research it. Blueberries. Research blueberries. Nutrition facts on blueberries and strawberries and blackberries and raspberries and apples and pears and nectarines and kale and spinach and chia and hemp. Research. That's my job. So my team figured out, if we just tell you guys the truth based upon our experience and all of the top science and scientific thought, and we talk to and pay attention and network with and follow the top scientific minds and what they're doing, and then we're doing our own thing here, and then I get to share that with you guys. Well, shit, that sounds like a pretty good business model, right? I just get to tell you guys the truth every day, and then if you like it, you wind up buying something from us because it's that useful. And if you don't like it, well, hopefully what I've said allows you to drill deeper and you learn more about whatever you're learning and you get it figured out and you can implement it into your life. So as a byproduct, we've had a healthy impact on you. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. So I'm going to answer your questions now. And I think that answers it. So anybody who's got your bullshit fake fitness frauds out there, I know who you are. I know what you're doing. I know your business model. Right? Everybody who knows, and I'm telling everybody right now, it's very clear and obvious. Just don't do that shit. Just tell the truth. And if people want to buy your stuff, if you tell the truth and they do, that's awesome. And then it's your community for life. But to make up all the fake frauds and fake fads and look at all it's so funny now to watch. Look at all the old paleo community, right? Because that was what the old zone community. The zone community became the paleo community, which became the keto community, which is now split and kind of between the carnivore, time restricted eating community. It's like this herd of lifestyle jumpers that just like roam, and they just roam looking for the next best thing because they've completely destroyed the benefit, short-term benefit of where they just were. So you see now everybody pivoting. And I said this 2 years ago, 18 months ago, that pay attention to who's powerful in that community. Pay attention to who's most notable in that community. Pay attention to who's put their entire life and identity into that community and that science. This is the best way. This is the only way. Like, I'm the expert in this way, and nobody knows what I do because this is the only way. 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, when the whole world realized that wasn't the way. And that's what's happening right now. Of course, we see it more and more. How many people are doing keto anymore? Used to, it was like 80% of your office, right? Now it's like, 1 or 2 people that are going on. They're going to try it and see what happens. But all the other 80% of the people who tried it, they're back to fat bodies. They're onto something else now, right? They didn't find it. And any lifestyle, and I'll finish with this before I answer your questions. Any lifestyle, every lifestyle should be sustainable, and it should evolve and get better, but it shouldn't be such dramatic changes. That's not the way we work. That's not biology. That's not the way the human biology was designed, nor excels in, right? We don't excel under such circumstances. Steel Jack City, boom. What's up, man? Zach C, what's up, Dolce? Boom. Matt Jickerman. Does a healthy diet and exercise control anxiety? Absolutely. Beer game, still strong. I appreciate that. Little straggly, little dry. What up, David? Johan, hola, Papa D. We call it pseudoscience in the psychology field. Right on. Hudson Lund. What's up, Mike from Australia? What's up, Hudson? Chris Didding. What's up, my brother? Hey, coach, at the airport listening to The Richest Man in Babylon. Snacks packed up and ready to Dolce up to the UK. Thanks for welcoming me. Loved every minute of this seminar. Chris, I appreciate that. And everybody listening, Chris Didding flew over from the UK, from the United Kingdom, for the most recent Dolce Diet Certification and Nutrition Conference this past weekend here in Las Vegas. And Chris was awesome, obviously. If you're getting on that, you're flying across the continents onto another continent for an educational seminar in health and fitness. You're a serious dude, and Chris was awesome. I appreciate my man and look forward to catching up on Thursday. Carlos Ruiz, hola, Mike, currently on Living Lean, doing a BJJ comp on Saturday. What is the best way to lose 5 pounds in order to make weight? As always, thanks. You got to weigh in on Saturday. I'm assuming I would increase my water intake through Friday. I would soften it on Friday, bring it back down. I'd probably hit a light bath Friday night before I went to bed. And most likely you'll wake up on weight. Without knowing specifically, I can't say for sure, but that's what I would do. Chriselle, hey, Mike, I have a question on what one can do to replace eggs. Unfortunately, eggs make my stomach hurt. Thank you for all you do. Well, you can replace eggs in many different ways. Are we replacing it simply for the, sorry, Chriselle, for the protein or for the fat, or is it just a good thickening agent inside a recipe? So what's the purpose? Avocado is a great replacement for eggs if we're just looking for the fats. So would flaxseed. We actually use a whipped flaxseed substitution for eggs if you're going to put it into a recipe as a thickening agent. And what else would it be? Or protein. Protein, you can really have maybe some wild-caught salmon instead. Good protein, good fat content. So there's good substitutions. Zach C, can you cook my food and deliver it to me for free while I'm jewelry shopping and low riding my BMW? Zach, how true is that? It was crazy, right? Oh, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, is this dude kidding me right now? What is wrong with this dude? Are you serious? Are you even like, hello? Like, hello, human? Are you a human? Like, hello in there, weird man. Get out of here. Hannah, hey, Hannah. What's up, young lady? How are you? Zach, friends should hire low integrity George and Yoel for meal prep. Amen. Frank and Peter, why not just shoot trend and eat whatever you want? Frank and Peter, that does work. That does work, actually. Unfortunately, that will take years, possibly decades off your life, and will likely force you to quit being fit because now you're going to have to battle very serious health issues. So even going for a walk might become kind of a challenge. That will work short term, but not long term. So can't say yes. Howard, what's up, Howard? Hey, coach, do you think Max Holloway's issue could have been due to a bad weight cut? Absolutely. By the way, Dolce Diet lifestyle is the real deal. Absolutely. And it could have been completely because of a bad weight cut. We don't know. Nobody's saying. I've heard stories. I've heard rumors. Khabib even alluded to issues because they got some heat and some problems. So, you know, but of course, if he did have concussion-like symptoms, not working with a registered dietitian actually will and can create very severe implications of that and possible contradictions. Absolutely, it will. Um, so think about it. But last piece is, of course, Max was already cutting. Max was pulled off. Now think about this. Max was pulled off the last fight card during his weight cut to 155 due to health concerns. Max had to make 145 for this fight. Do you think he was going to wait until 5 days before to start cutting? Of course not. Of course not. They were already deep into the cut. Maybe not suffering in the saunas or the tubs just yet, but nutritionally, exercise, output, sweat, fuck yeah, they were already in the cut. What's up, Coach? Raphael, my brother. What's up, Coach? Win the day. I'm going to miss those cashew lattes too. I know, right? Those are good. I just have a straight Americano today. America. Pedro. Been following your advice, Dolce, and as of last Friday, I dropped 10 pounds in 1.5 weeks eating real food and not doing keto anymore. How many grams of fat do you eat per day? I'm going to screenshot that, Pedro, because that's awesome. And guys, and the one girl who follows this, and Hannah, guys and Hannah, that's what I was talking about before. So you got Pedro. Pedro said, by following our advice in the free content that I put out every day and our team puts out every day, by following our advice in free content, Pedro has dropped 10 pounds in a week and a half. That's 10 pounds in 10 days approximately. Just by following our advice. And what did I say earlier? Our business is built on giving you guys honest information, transparent, actionable information, allowing you guys the access to the same information the world's greatest athletes use and millionaire Hollywood celebrities use, and giving it to you guys literally for free. I'm just not sitting there writing your meal plan for you, though I could at thedolcediet.com, where you get a personalized meal plan due to the algorithm that we built. It's the most sophisticated online weight loss program ever devised. We've even done that for you guys at a fraction of the price of what it would normally cost, of course. And Pedro has dropped 10 pounds in 10 days, eating real food, not doing keto anymore, and just back to a regular, the Dolce diet lifestyle, following our principles of health and fitness and success and longevity. Now he asks, how many grams of fat do you eat in a day? It depends on the day. So on average, I'd probably take a quarter to half of my total daily calories from fat, depending on the day. The days that I take in half, I'm on lower carb, not low carb, not zero carb, probably not less than 150 grams of carbs, maybe 100 on low days. And then on the higher carb days, my fat intake drops. So there's a proportionate relationship, and there should be a proportionate relationship to carbohydrates and fats. Fats are essential. Carbohydrates are not essential, but carbohydrates are also necessary to excel. And that's due to the efficiency of glucose as compared to ketones. And that's the conversation. That's a big argument. I'm happy to have this conversation with anyone in the fat adapted community that wishes to come on and just have a very honest, open, friendly conversation via podcast, and we'll do on YouTube. I would love to do that. No one's taken me up on the offer. I don't know why. I'm a pretty reasonable guy. I'd like to think I'm maybe not, what's the term? The most polished, let's say, with my scraggly beard and my constant F-bombs and my boob jokes. Man boob jokes, that is. I would never make fun of women's glorious, But nobody takes me up on it. So I'm here. Johan, honesty and integrity. Only the perfect are crucified. So grateful for you and the team. Johan, I appreciate that. Thank you. Zach, can you post a video of you doing the 100 push squat challenge? I can bang out sets of 50, then I have to finish in sets of 20. Also, how did you build your deadlift platform floor? 2 questions. Yeah, I can post a video of that. That'll be fun, actually. And I can bang. I should do more gym stuff, huh? I always do this stuff. I'm like, I know what I want to say, and it hits me, and I come on and I go live with you guys, and I just tell you how I feel. So those of you who are listening right now, just make sure your notifications are on. At least you'll know when I'm live. Then you can jump in and hear the rant of what I want to talk about, and then hopefully I answer your question. I try to answer every question before I get out of here. And the last one, how did I build our deadlift platform? So we have approximately a 1,500 square foot deadlift platform. I decided to build the entire floor as our deadlift platform. So our facility is on the outer areas, a complete concrete slab. That's what we look for, but got lucky enough with that. Then we put 1/2 inch of plywood fitted in all over the entire floor, made the cuts, fit it so it's just nice, tight, and perfect. Almost looks like a yoga studio floor, but it's plywood, so it's not finished. And then we got 1/2 an inch of trailer mats, stall mats, trailer mats, very similar, which is basically a heavy duty rubberized gym mat, 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch of plywood, 1/2 inch of trailer mats on 1,500 square feet. So everything's on top of that. You can drop a deadlift anywhere in our facility, and it's as if it were on a platform. The nice thing about our facility is it is squeaky clean. Our facility, you could eat off the floors. It looks like a sushi yoga studio, like, super clean. So when we get those ladies in the Range Rovers driving up, and the Ferraris and the Bugattis in the parking lot, they walk in and they're comfortable. They have no problem putting their bag down on the floor because we keep it clean. Now we got our dirty, 500, 600, 700-pound barbell movers too that float up in here, and same thing. They have everything they need. So we have it all here, and that was intentional. And it should be intentional. I actually, when we built the facility, I built it with the end in mind. We're not exclusionary. You can be anybody who should be able to come in here, feel comfortable, and we have to have everything that they need. We don't turn and won't turn anybody away. So we have to have everything. Not what suits me. With me, it's concrete brick walls and just hard welds, holding steel contraptions together, bad buckets of chains and chalk everywhere. That I'm good. I'm happy with that. But that's not serving the community. So it was important as a business owner to think through the end. Rich, hi. I just purchased the 3 weeks to shredded program and had a question about the meals laid out. I purchased because I'm getting ready to cut weight, and then it disappears. That was it. Okay. Chris Manella, is there a certain training routine to improve my recovery abilities? For instance, hard deadlifts may wear me out for 3 days. So does a hard 3-day full body split. If you're doing a full body split every other day, it should be one exercise per movement. It should be one press, one pull, one hinge, one squat, a little bit of core, and you're out of there. So you might have some sort of recovery challenge. If that's the case, I would go every second day. Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, or however that cycle turns out. That's the way I would do. Just add an extra day. That's something Mike Mentzer and Arthur Jones and we're very famous for, probably allowed him greater recovery ability. That being said, I have no problem with you training once every 5 days full body. Try that. See how that goes. I feel when I train once every 3 to 5 days, I feel my best. If I train every other day, because I train hard and intense too, every 3rd day, 5th day, I'm ready to go. Now I do other active recovery. I'll do some farmer's walks. I'll just do lists. I'll try and go for a hike or something like that. Get on the assault bike for a couple minutes. But those are just ancillary. That's just being active. Walking upstairs, on purpose. That's just being active. Denver, Lund, what are some simple tips about gaining explosiveness? Calves and hamstrings, I would look to. Explosiveness, I'm thinking, from the off the floor. Calves and hamstrings, big thing. But you got to think fast too. You got to think fast. Everything you do, you get up out of your chair, boom. You got to think fast. Fastest people, they think fast. Everything they do is fast, 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 fast. Point A to point B, fast. So their body's already twitching to go. Rich, for disappeared. For a weightlifting meet, our weighing days, so I'm cutting weight, but wanted to try the program because it's clearly designed to help bring the weight down, yet still have the energy to train. I only train once a day, however, in the meal prep laid out. There's AM, PM training. That's a lot of questions, my brother. That's what support is for, Rich. I apologize. I'm going to try and answer this for you, but that's a lot of questions for this type of feed. Just send an email to support or contact, and the team takes care of you. But I'll answer this for you. If I'm not training in the AM, should I skip the first poke outs? No. The beautiful thing about 3 weeks to shred it is the pre and post workout snacks, if you will. They're whole food products, and they serve also as a mid-meal snack. Whether you're training or not, you should still be consuming them. That's the beauty of it. They're just designed in a manner that they'll fit perfectly as a pre-workout and perfectly as a post-workout because they're sandwiched in between main meals. We call those mid-meals. Call them snacks or pre and post. I don't care. We just have, I look at it as fueling session 1 through 6 or 1 through 8, and that has a little bit of variability based upon what we need. So you're good to go, man. Just follow it exactly as it is. You're ready. And the weight falls off. Landon, hey Mike, I met you at the UFC Torrance Center when Ronda was there fighting Zingano. My question is, what's up, man? Good to see you again. If it's possible to gain strength and muscle, even though I work a job that burns 1,000 to 1,400 calories per day, absolutely, it's possible. I'd probably train once every 5 days, really, really heavy, explosive, the compound movements, power movements, even like a powerlifting style of training, really training that top 1RM, because you have to hit these muscle fibers deeply, and you have to make an inroad into that central nervous system. Give yourself enough time to recover, though. That's going to be the 4 days in between of recovering and eating. You also need to get that food up. You need to get that food up. 1,400 calories per day you're burning at work. Man, you need to double what you're burning, plus what you need to be eating outside of that. Let's say you need 2,000 calories a day as your BMR just to live. Then you need to take in another 2,000 calories or so, the 1,000 to 1,400, to replace what you lost at work, and then another 1,000 or so your body can start to build and repair. Good looking honky. Mike, I used to be a boxer, really good, but my career in porn took it over. Retired now. Hey, good for you. Make that money, my man. Where can I buy? Zach, where can I buy a Bectic shirt? Want to support the man. Actually, DolceDietShop.com sells these Mursad Bectic t-shirts. They are awesome, right? DolceDietShop.com. What up, Dolce? Can't stay, but I wanted to say hi. Hope you're having a blessed day, Seth. Awesome day. Thank you. And those of you who are here, I know we had quite a few more earlier. Just give a thumbs up. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you care. Just give a little back, a little thumbs up. Let me know, and hopefully let YouTube know that you care. Kirsten. Hello, Kirsten. Knowledge is power. Your content not only shows us how to feed our bodies, but also helps feed our minds. I appreciate learning something new here every day that helps me live a healthy and amazing life. Kirsten, I really do appreciate that. Thank you. We're working hard for you guys. Every day we try and come on and give you free content so you can do just that. Just improve your life. Just get better. Everything gets better. Johan, I'm a chick too. Well, I apologize, Johan. I try not to assume. So unless it's clear, I don't assume anyone's gender. Johan is a chick. I wouldn't say a chick. You are I don't even know what term to use anymore. Right? They got me flustered. Appreciate it, Johan. Mike Cole, what's up, Dolce? Having my egg scramble with tea and coffee. By the way, when's the next Dolce Cert program? We're looking at fall right now. So you'll know more here. Usually we announce the next one about 2 weeks after we wrap up the most recent. But you will know soon. Jesse Perez, would it be possible to do 3 weeks of shredded if there's a history of heart attack? Jesse, I would say go to your doctor, directly go to your doctor. Now, I can't see why there should be any reason. Absolutely. And my family has a history of on my father's side of heart problems. I'm very happy that, I'm extremely healthy. And much of this is the way that I personally eat, not that I'm telling you to do that. This is information and educational purposes, right? This conversation here, this is not medical advice. So I must, Jesse, insist that you speak to your doctor, of course. Do what your doctor tells you to do, but always get a second opinion from a second highly qualified, additionally skilled doctor, and make sure you're living the best possible life. What we tell our clients is take our meal plan to your doctor and say, hey, doc, can I eat this? What here can I not eat? Most people are pleasantly surprised at how little, if anything, is actually removed. Now, Jesse, what you can further do if you wanted, you can work one-on-one with one of our registered dietitians who are licensed and qualified to work directly with you, knowing what your medical history is. And our team can work as a liaison with your medical doctor and any healthcare providers that you might be working with. So we can take a lot of that content, put it together into a very specific, personalized lifestyle nutrition program for you, and then share it with your team, with your doctors, and make sure you're getting the best possible quality of care. So we do that at dolcedietshop.com. It's the 8-week My Diet program. So if that's something you're interested in, do that. Otherwise, take the program you currently have and show that to your doctor for your doctor's approval. Joshua, just started your diet this week after trying keto and feeling miserable. Keto promotes dairy consumption, which actually made me gain weight on the diet. What are your thoughts on dairy consumption? Joshua, that is great points and something I have heard quite a bit before. Now, what we will say is we do not promote dairy. We will allow dairy of certain types with certain structure to it, but we have no problem. And part of if you go to thedolcediet.com, you have a very clear option to choose a dairy-free version of our programs. You can also choose a 100% vegan version. You can choose a nut-free version, and you can choose a gluten-free version, right? So we make sure we took the extra time to make sure that you had all of this. But dairy we allow, and how do we allow it? 4 ounces of an organic, high-quality, full-fat Greek yogurt mixed with a cup of frozen berries in a blender to make an ice cream instead of eating ice cream or having that crave or having a special dessert, no problem. Having some feta cheese or blue cheese crumbles on top of your salad once or twice a week, no problem. Having a few slices of a fresh mozzarella, if that's really what you want, no problem. Dairy every day? No. Dairy every other day? Probably not. Couple times a week in a few ounces at a time. Yeah, that's our approach to dairy. We don't shut it down completely, but if you have any sort of sensitivity to it, shut it out. Shut it out. Brandy eats almost no dairy. I have a few ounces, sometimes a few more ounces, but I'm a big fan of fresh mozzarella. Growing up Italian household, that's like, I'll give myself that, but it's very easy to fit into my lifestyle, my meal plans. That inside the shredded scramble, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you just need like an ounce or two of a fresh mozzarella just melted in or kind of pulled and left on top to bake. Oh my God. You're talking heaven right there. But no, it's not like, because I know on keto, sorry, I got a little long on that. Man, you're eating. I know people that do. Cheese on top, like pounds of cheese a day. But you can't eat blueberries. You can't eat a cup of blueberries because that's bad for you. And this is why they won't have conversations with me. Drives me nuts. Rich Upson, and as an update, I've decided to combine the AM post-workout and the afternoon pre-workout. Awesome. That sounds great. Perfect. Rich Pedro, thanks, Dolce. You're the man. I'll be buying your program soon. Just kind of tight on the budget right now. Spreading the wellness to my family and friends as well. Get it, Pedro. Dolce Tube, save 10% right now at thedolcediet.com for that 4 or 12-week online program, right? Save 10% right now, Pedro. Dolce Tube. Why not? Or anybody else who needs that structure needs to know. I just want to know. Just tell me exactly what to do. I will follow it perfectly, and then you get in the best shape of your life. That's what we offer there. And Pedro, it's waiting for you. Get your money. It's not expensive, man. It's not even that much money. It's fucking pennies. Pennies for what you receive in return. You probably spend more than that on Starbucks, man. App downloads, but get it going. When you're ready, bro, we're here, man. I'm just teasing. Brian White, what do you think of Westside's conjugate method? Louis said 2 max effort, 72 hours later, dynamic, and then 10, 15, 20, 30-minute workouts a week. Yeah, Brian, I'm in, man. I followed Louis' stuff when I was powerlifting in my early 20s. That's the strongest, absolute strength, most powerful I ever was when I was following the conjugate and Louis' stuff. It wasn't the best for me. I wasn't functional. I wasn't a very good athlete. I developed some health concerns, thank God, not health issues at that time. And I'm still dealing with mechanical issues as a result of that style of training, neck and hip and knee and back shit, shoulder shit from that style. but that was the choice. So it works. Get you big and strong. It works. It works. But we have modified it quite a bit. Pro gamer. Whoa, too much information. Pedro, Dolce, one more question before you leave. Today's my lucky day. You answered my question. What's your opinion on fasting? I'll go quick on fasting. We fast when we sleep, right? Have dinner 3 hours before you go to bed. Sleep 8 hours. You fasted for 11 hours. Wake up and go for a walk. That's a 12-hour fast right there. You don't really need to fast much more than that, right? 10 to 12 hours per day of fueling is about necessary. Our athletes typically fuel 11 hours per day. Is that considered a fast? They're fasted 13 hours. They eat 11 of those 11 hours. Fasting to me, it's fasting is just a way to sell you guys shit. That's always go back and watch the first 7 minutes of this video or whatever it is. Watch the first. Fasting falls into that category. Fasting is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. So these people that try and market fasting now is so disingenuous. It's so disingenuous. It's called being a fucking human. It's just called being an adult. It's just called common sense. That's all it is, right? It's crazy. That's how I feel about it. Marcelo, hey, Dolce, love your body of work, and I appreciate the interactive videos. I appreciate that, Marcelo. I'm here for you. Keto case, dips and chin-ups instead of isolating biceps and triceps. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you can have some fun and do some dedicated bi-tri work, ancillary work. That's fine. That's fun stuff. But the bulk of your training, oh, yeah, dips and chins, baby. Dips, chins, squats. Jason, Dolce, what are your top 3 snacks and mid-meals? Cashews. I love cashews, roasted cashews, salted cashews, raw cashews. Love cashews. Cashews with almost anything. I'll make a trail mix with cashews and raisins just in a baggie. That's awesome. Cashews and red grapes are great. Apple and almond butter, I enjoy that. And orange and avocado, I enjoy that. A banana with some like almond butter or peanut butter, I enjoy that. What else? A 1-inch square of 73% or greater organic dark chocolate and a scoop, 2 tablespoons of almond butter. I love that. That's on our 3 weeks to shredded program. You're actually eating fucking Reese's Pieces at night before you go to bed on 3 weeks to shredded. That's how our program works. And 3 weeks to shredded is designed to lose 21 pounds in 21 days. And many, 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 many people do. Right? So much for the whole fucking low carb keto thing, right? So much for the fasted thing. So much for the insulin response thing, Dips and chins. Dolce, what are your top 3? Dean James, 10 egg whites and a liter of water a day until I'm ripped. Jesus, I would not suggest that, my man. Run. Sean Will, hey Mike, Sean from New Zealand. How do you calculate calorie needs for fat loss? Well, we really don't, Sean. We don't. We have estimates. What my strong suggestion will be to you is to go to thedolcediet.com and join the 4 or 12-week online program. I'm not trying to sell that to you. I'm sharing that with you. Go through that, follow that system. It will change your life. It'll teach you how to eat for the rest of your life. That's the goal at thedolcediet.com. We're tricking you guys. We're using fucking razor sharp, sexy abs and big old round, tight, firm booties and world-class performances. We're luring you in with those short-term goals, knowing that we were going to give you a long-term approach to health and wellness, allowing you to maintain those goals on your own without us. What we do in those 4 and 12 weeks, we teach you how to eat for the rest of your life. We teach you what the food combination should be, what the ingredient list should be. We teach you how to rotate your menu, how to carb cycle, how to calorie cycle, if you will, without counting calories and without counting carbohydrates. It sounds counterintuitive to people who don't actually follow it or try it, but once you do, you automatically understand how it works. There's an intuitive level to the style of eating that we teach you, but there's a strong foundation in science, very, very, very powerful science. Once you follow this science, you adopt it to the lifestyle habits that we teach you over the 4 or 12 weeks of 3 weeks to shredded and the Living Lean program. You can live it forever. Plus, we give you 200 additional recipes and exercises that you can then start substituting into the program that we've built together. That's my strong suggestion to you, Sean. Otherwise, we're just going to talk about some bullshit Harris-Benedict equation or something or of the other, and it won't work for you. I'm telling you, it won't work for you. What works is having this habit, this set of principles, this lifestyle that you live. That's what works. Video breaking up badly. Oh no. Your video keeps breaking up. God darn it, YouTube. Ruin my mojo, YouTube. God darn it. All right, guys and girls. Well, I'm going to get going here because the videos are breaking up. Let's see what we can do about it. I think I got to go back to the hard lines in the other office. But I'll be back. Boom.